Hello all, welcome back to Self-Discovery Support. We are doing the August energy update. Yeah, we're a little bit late. August has been just like so hot. I've been battling heat, and I know worldwide that's been the issue. It leaves you so exhausted. But I feel that, I mentioned that because it has something to do with some of the things that we're going to talk about today. I have an energy oracle that we're going to look at. Before I started recording, I asked what was happening with the collective, and normally it's the energies that we're dealing with, maybe the things that we're clearing, things that are coming up. We have the rigidity card, and we have fear in reverse. This deck does not feature reversals, but I find it very useful because when I shuffle this is the only card. It came out squarely in the reverse, and I always take that as a kind of sign, a signal to what's happening. And I think it's pretty interesting that it's the fear card to do with the root chakra. The things that make us feel unsafe are flipping themselves, because I think that a lot of us are trying to reground ourselves this month. So maybe things that you felt insecure about, you're just saying, you know what, I feel like for some of us it's been a long time. Like you've lived with these insecurities and these things that kind of sit with us for a long time. And so now we're going to have to be facing that. And some of us are actively trying to put the work in here. All right, and we have in the hidden energies, stagnation, to do with the crown chakra. So I feel that this is what I'm saying. A lot of us, we have stagnation, rigidity. I feel that something, it's like, when you're holding on to a rope and you're holding on and you're like, why am I holding on to this thing? Because you think it's a lifeline. But then you realize, oh, I actually don't need to. I can let it go, and the water is shallow. I can stand. I'm not going to drown because there's another way. There's always another way. And I think that is what is happening. A lot of us are bringing up and facing fears that we have had for a long time to do with our very sense of stability in ourselves. This is to do with the throat chakra. So it's like we're able to start to flow a little bit more. When you find the joy and the gift of self-expression and comfort with that, you feel a kind of freedom and a flow within yourself. And I think that's what is happening. It's like a clearing. I almost think of it as like if you have a rock that is stuck maybe in a riverbank, and you're trying to move it so that the water can flow, and you kind of have to put a lever and you're trying to work on it. And I feel like that is what is happening. There's an energy of like shifting something here. So let's get into tarot, and it will clarify, and then I will finish with an oracle for each of the elemental signs in the zodiac. Okay, so I want to find out what are some of the things that we can think about to do with rigidity, fear, reversing fear, and getting out of stagnation for this month. Okay, what is going on here for the collective to do with rigidity? 9 of water. Okay, are some of us clinging too much to the thing that we kind of have a wish for? Sometimes you've held like a lifelong goal, and you're clinging a little bit too much to it. So it's like you're not allowing the thing to manifest energetically. It's kind of a resistance. But the other thing that's coming up for me here is an expression. Some of us are not able to really express the truth of what it is that would really satisfy us in life, whether it is to do with emotionally, work, in love, in friendships, in family. You know, a lot of us maybe find ourselves in situations that, of course, we made decisions, and some of us didn't make decisions to be in those situations, but maybe now we're going to gain the courage to speak up. I like that. I think that that would be very useful for all of us. All right, let's find out about the fear. And look at that. Before I shuffle, I wanted to call attention to this, the Six of Water. It's like 9 of water, 6 of water. We have something to do with like a multiple of 3. And 3 is a number of like harmony and creativity. So it's almost like something that we want to unfold, something that we actually want to bring in, enter into our lives, probably something that we, if it's our line of work, something that really would make us happy because it's something we've enjoyed for a long time. We've enjoyed and always known that we've enjoyed this thing. There's like happy memories to do with that. It could be to do with also in love, something that we get a chance to revisit again because we are able to speak up and say, actually, you know, I let go of any kind of blockages and resistance for myself, and actually now I'm able to just admit that I actually want this thing, and I'm willing to backtrack and go back over things that have happened to remedy them, because there is a lot of memory, history, feeling here. Particularly, I do feel this with some of us, with people, because there is that throat chakra that needs to be kind of unblocked and become more fluid. Yeah, okay. I'm gonna put this to the side here. Look at that, 5 of fire right under that. So that definitely tells me that there may be an admitting that there's conflict, right? There's definite conflict internally for us about saying something. I don't know why the word apology comes to my mind. There could have been some tensions in something that was actually really great, but we need to be open to changing positions if we want something to move. Do you know what I mean? Like if you have 2 people in a stalemate, it's never gonna end until one person says, okay, you know, actually, I know I held this position for a long time, but I actually want this. I want to give this a chance. I want to, you know, I've always wanted to skate and have a YouTube channel skating, or I always wanted to learn how to dance or something like that, and I get to do that now. So August seems set to be a time for that. That's a great time. Leo season, summer. Okay, so let's find out about the fear. Tell us about the fear. Why is the fear in reverse here? Queen of Fire. Yeah. Okay, real fire energy here. Appropriate, but there's a kind of, it's not that kind of overly bold, strong energy. It's a kind of, I know what I desire and I know what I need to come towards me, and I'm not afraid of it anymore. This is someone who has probably gone through the paces. Messenger of air. This is someone who is willing to admit to themselves now. I think that there's been a lot, and maybe with that throat chakra coming over, we do have someone who is now speaking up for themselves. We have someone who is willing to put in the work, of course. Some of you may have creative enterprises or some projects that are in full cycle or circle right now, and it could have been for you, some of you, maybe the first time, or you're very new at this thing and you're giving it your go now, and maybe you're not fully sure of how to articulate it, how you realize the project, but you just recognize that just by tackling the thing is how you're going to realize it. So there's a real I can see the effort in the collective to try to move things forward. That's definitely coming through. 9 of Earth, so, and that is putting you in a position to really swiftly get to a place where you can start to command for yourself the direction that you want to go in. Okay, that looks really great, guys. Tell us more about the 6 of Water, 9 of Water energy here. Alright, so it seems that we have a situation with the Ace of Hearts, 9 of Clubs, and the 7 of Hearts. There's some kind of entry point to a new opening up. It's almost like an old new or a new old. I don't know what makes sense. Something that was old, something from the past that got a new gateway, but it wasn't successful, or it wasn't successful in the past, and that really weighed heavily on us and kind of left us reeling a little bit. And I guess the response was to kind of clam up and kind of try to assert control and also hold back vulnerability, not to claim like, okay, I'm not sure why this is not working, but I see that in the collective happening. All right, and let's talk about this fear in reverse. What is that? We have 2 8s coming out, so definite. It's like many of you are recognizing that you need to manifest something, and you can sit with the fear, but you shouldn't let fear dictate what happens, right? You can be fearful and still get up on stage and sing, which most singers, musicians are quite shy people. So this is what we're looking at. We're looking at people that really just want to just move towards creating the kind of, particularly in work and businesses, projects, you want to take on new things that are going to challenge you, even if you don't feel fully prepared, like you may feel a novice at it. That's amazing. Look at that again, 6 of Hearts in the hidden energy. So definitely for many of us, revisiting something from the past, revisiting something that we have ties to, 10 of Hearts, that we know, we acknowledge inside that it brings us happiness, but it's now for us to acknowledge to that thing, that person, ourselves, that this is actually the direction that we want to go in. Okay, let's get a card for each element in the collective. Let's see what's going to be happening in August. We've started August already, so it's probably already underway for many of you. But let's get for air signs. Let's start with air. For air signs, air signs, please tell us what August brings for them. Synchronicities. Number 44. Allow the magic to unfold as synchronistic events lead you in a new direction. we were just talking about that. So I'm thinking that air signs are the ones that maybe identify a little bit with the fear in reverse, trying to move through things that you felt held you back. Your fear held you back, but you want to move forward, especially to do with your work, your purpose, your life path, your career. Okay. Earth signs, tell us please what's going on with earth signs in August. Time to lighten up. Okay, earth signs are notorious for working a little bit too hard. Earth signs are notorious, Virgo, for being very analytical, very kind of caught up with things. Capricorn, known for like high achievement, and Taurus being very involved with material things. And so yeah, it's time to play earth signs. It is time to let the hair down and play. I think that maybe you guys are the energy where the fear, you are approaching the reversal of fear by not taking it as seriously, by saying, okay, if it's not that urgent, important in terms of the grand scheme of things, why am I going to let the fear step in front of me? Like, everybody's tackling things in life. I can do this too. And that kind of just lightens up the energy for you to help you move past that. All right, so let's see water signs. For water signs, Source. Your connection to Source is the light and love that shines through you and leads the way. Okay, so it seems like water signs, number 34, are coming to some kind of, I feel the word peace, some kind of higher recognition, almost an alignment, which then allows you to kind of clear up a lot of things. Things align, and therefore suddenly things flow. I think you guys are definitely embodying the water energy, where maybe things were stuck for you, but now there's work that you've been doing, I can see, that brings you into some kind of alignment, and that recognition allows you to just kind of move fluidly to where you need to be. That is wonderful. All right, and we have fire signs. So for fire signs, okay, Judgment, number 13. You are being asked to let go of all judgment and forgive those who judge you. So fire signs, I think you guys are the ones who have the first card that we had with the rigidity and the throat chakra, right? So it's like understanding that you are not what people think of you, and other people are not what you think of them. There are depths, there are seasons and reasons, and I know that helps you to kind of deal with whatever it is you're perceiving. Also, you know, fire signs are pretty strong energy for life, passions, and other signs and placements may deal with that in slightly different ways, and that can be a little bit jarring or difficult to absorb. You know, like water signs may not understand how fire signs operate in love, operate in work, and vice versa. So there it is, all of you. Judgment is also, you know, a way of getting another go at it. When we release judgment, we get another attempt to go for it. I think many of you for fire signs are the ones dealing with that Six of Cups situation as well. That look at that, I just looked down and it said reconciliation. This relationship, friendship, or partnership can be saved. There you go, fire signs. Love on the brain, love in the energy, and relationships, partnerships. There's something here that needs to be cleared up for you. Conversations need to be had. All of you It looks great. It looks like August is gonna have some, you can either move forward or remain stuck. As hard as that sounds, that is kind of what it's asking you to do. So thank you. If you enjoyed this energy update, please come back next month, subscribe, and let me know how it went for you. Also, I'm doing the soulmate journey and a couple other pick a card type readings on the channel, so stay tuned for that. All right, take care. All the best for the rest of August.